just going to share a little bit about the work that I do. I have a psychedelic church in Austin called Atma, and I founded it 4 years ago. And I founded it because I started working with this medicine called Bufo. And for those of you who don't know what Bufo is the strongest psychedelic on the planet. It is 5-MeO-DMT. It comes from the Sonoran desert toad, also known as the Colorado River toad. It has these huge glands on the side of its head. And what happens is you milk those glands, you squirt it. I went and did this myself, so I know exactly how it works. You squirt it onto a piece of glass and it dries. And then you scrape that secretion off and you smoke it. And when you smoke it, it is what many people say the most profound experience of their life. I work, Yeah, right? Yeah, it's like before Bufo and after Bufo, right? It's like you get this like reprogramming. It creates like the strongest neuroplasticity in your brain that can be created, which all psychedelics do it, but Bufo is the strongest. So it's like a defrag of your mind. It helps to clear old patterning and help you to create new patterns very easily because of the pliability of the brain structure. And it is, I've guided over 500 people through their ceremony with this medicine. And so I have a lot of experience with it. I've seen heroin addicts drop their addiction after one session with me. I've seen people walk in saying they've been a nihilistic atheist their entire life. And then when they walk out, they're like, I know what God is. I was wrong. 20 years I was wrong. My whole life I was wrong, and now I know what God is. 5-MeO-DMT is known as the God molecule. So it gives a mystical God experience for the most part. So a lot of times people are like, oh, I've done DMT or I've heard of DMT. It's like DMT. It's completely different than DMT. And the way I like to explain it is like DMT, you go into the experience, you smoke it. You go into the experience, but it's typically you as the observer having an observation of your experience. So there's a subject and an object. You're like, oh, I saw machine elves, or I saw these beings and they were crazy, it was weird, or I saw fractals. With 5-MeO-DMT, there is no subject and object. You become one with all of existence. You completely dissolve. It's a complete ego dissolution. And you get to see what is there beyond the idea and concept of who you think you are. You get to see, and basically it's allness, oneness, God, whatever you want to call it, but you feel that eternal presence, and you feel like when I first did Bufo 7 years ago, I had done every drug on the planet. I used to be addicted to crack. I used to be like on the street. And when I did Bufo for the first time, I was carrying so much guilt and shame. I was a prostitute. I was like, really like out there. And when I did Bufo for the first time, I took it. And when people take it most of the time they just lie there like they're sleeping. Like, for 30 minutes, and they're like have rapid eye movement as the reprogramming's happening. But then there's like 30% of the time where there are people like me who like resist and fight it. So I took in this big hit. I was like, give me the big hit. I've done every drug on the planet. They gave me this big hit, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And just trying to fight. And then all of a sudden it was like, shoo, and it took me to my knees. And I was on my knees, and I was thanking all the pain in my life because I could see why it happened. I could see how it was perfectly placed there at the right moment, at the right time. Gang rape in a crack house, I was thanking it. I was so grateful that I had had that experience. 16 and pregnant, smoking crack the whole time. Perfect, beautiful. I was able to reframe my thoughts about the past, which makes when you walk forward, if you can walk forward with gratitude, with what you've been through, everything that we are everything what is it that I always say? I can't even think of it now. But like, I'm so passionate about this work because I've seen so many lives changed through it. And I work a lot with veterans with PTSD, people who have seen the worst of the worst, like their friends being blown up next to them, and they get to take this medicine. I mean, like, after going through something like that, your mind's so fucked up that you can't love your family. Like, you're like guarded, like you're always on. Your nervous system is like, and so this programs it. So people go home with like a new lease on life, which is really, really special. So, does anybody have any questions? Did I explain it well? So it typically lasts anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour and a half, but the average length of time is about 30 minutes. And Bufo, like ayahuasca and all these like mushrooms and everything, like it's done in like a group setting, but Bufo is done in a very private setting with just me and you. Just because I need to be able to focus on only you for the duration of your journey, because it's so deep. And so I'm there as a divine mother presence. So like, a lot of people have childhood trauma, they've been abused. Like, you would not believe the stories I've heard of people being so brutally abused. So sometimes they just need to be held. So I'm there as a divine mother presence to hold them. But it's short. It's amazing. People say it's like 20 years of therapy in like 30 minutes. And I served a therapist last week, and that's what she said. She was like, this is like, I feel like everything I learned in school is like bullshit. Like, this is what I, So, yeah. It's called Atma. Atma means, and so we incorporated a church. I've been serving medicine for 7 years. It's illegal. So in order to facilitate, there's the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. And so it is our, we started the church in order to honor our birthright and our constitutional right to utilize these sacred medicines as part of our religious practice. So we're under the umbrella of the church. So I've had that church for 4 years, and All Tribes Medicine Assembly. And Atma also means soul in Sanskrit, so it's really special. Yeah, but if anybody's interested, I have a bracelet here, and it has the name of the church on it, and it also has my phone number. So, whether you're interested in a church or not, like, I would love to be friends. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
What's your name?
So ayahuasca, it's very different. So I did ayahuasca, like I said, I had done every drug on the planet, like I felt like. And so, but that was like back in the day, and then I had a near-death experience from that.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, I didn't want to do hard drugs, but when I was in a lot of pain from a breakup, that's when I started searching out the plant medicines as a relief to like my pain.